皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me. This is the Japanese Easy News article of the day for January 6, 2026. 2026年1月6日の今日の記事でございます。So, for our title today, we have 鳥取県と島根県で強い地震。So, 鳥取県と島根県。So, と we're saying two things here. Tottori Prefecture in Japan and Shimane Prefecture de in these two prefectures. 強い地震. So 強い is strong and 地震 is an earthquake. So there has been a strong or an intense earthquake in Tottori Prefecture and Shimane Prefecture. Okay, here is our vocabulary list from the article. We have 強い, which is strong or intense. 地震 is an earthquake. 揺れる is for something to shake. 場所 is a place or a location. 震度 is an earthquake intensity. Now, this is not the Richter scale or other scales that are used around the world. This is a specific scale that Japan uses to measure how the earthquake is felt. So it's more like, can you walk? Do things around you fall off? Do things fall off the walls? Is there major damage? So the higher the number, the stronger the intensity of the earthquake. I believe it goes from 1 to 7. So 7 is like major damage. So that is shindo. We have kyo. So this is the kanji for tsuyoi. You can see it's the same kanji. It means strong. But you can add this after another noun or attach it onto something to mean a strong version of that. So I believe they would say like go kyo, so a strong 5. So you have your, for the shindo, for this earthquake intensity here, you can have your levels 1 through 7, but then a stronger 5 on this, close to 6, but not quite there. They would call a gokyo. So you can add this after that number to kind of represent that. And I think they also put like a plus. So instead of a 5, it'll be a 5 plus or a 5 minus, a weak 5 or a strong 5. But this kyo here just means strong. Yep. We have heya is a room. Korobu is to fall down. Hakobu is to carry, like carrying an object. Mado is a window. Kawareru is to break or to be destroyed. Ishi is a rock. Ochiru is to fall. Now this is for something to fall like from above. So we can see korobu is to fall down. This is like something that is standing that topples over. That would be called korobu, or like a person tripping and falling down. We would not use ochiru, we would use korobu. That's a mistake I used to make a lot in Japanese. Ochiru is like falling off of something, falling off a cliff or falling from a window, whereas korobu would be like just tipping over or falling down. So that's ochiru. And then we have tsuku, which is to continue.
今日午前、鳥取県と島根県で強い地震がありました。一番強く揺れた場所は、鳥取県の境港市、島根県の松江市と安来市などで震度5強でした。地震で部屋の中で転んだりして怪我をした人がいます。松江市では3人が病院に運ばれました。境港市の小学校では窓のガラスが20枚ぐらい壊れました。道に石が落ちて通ることができないところもあります。鳥取県や島根県ではその後も地震が続いています。
Okay, let's jump right into our article here.
今日午前、鳥取県と島根県で強い地震がありました。
Okay, so here we have 今日午前 or 6日の午前. So 午前 is AM literally, but this is also just how you can generally refer to the morning hours. So on the morning of the 6th 6日, she said 今日, so today, on the morning of the 6th, 鳥取県と島根県で強い地震がありました. So this is almost our title of the article to a T. So 鳥取県 and 島根県 in 鳥取Prefecture and 島根Prefecture 強い地震. So there was a strong earthquake, and this is something that happened or existed, so we can use ありました. This happened, it was there. There was a strong earthquake in 鳥取 and 島根 on the morning of the 6th, or today.
一番強く揺れた場所は鳥取県の境港市、島根県の松江市と安来市などで震度5強でした。
Okay, so 一番強く揺れた場所は So 一番強く So we have 一番 is number one. We can throw this in front of adjectives in order to say the most. So here we have 強い, but when we take that e off and that a ku here, that turns strong or strongly with the most strength or intensity. So we'll have a verb after that. So 一番強く揺れる. So shaked or shook the strongest. 一番強く揺れる. And then 揺れる is in the past tense here. And that's all modifying 場所, which is a location. So in a location that shook the most, that shook the strongest with the most intensity. 鳥取県の境港市. So 鳥取県, 鳥取Prefectures, 境港 City, and 島根県の松江市. So 島根県, 島根Prefectures, 松江 City と安来市 and 安来 City. などで, so など is places like these. And then this de is just saying, connecting back to our wa here. So the locations that shook the hardest or had the most intense shaking were Sakai Minato City in Tottori Prefecture, and Matsue City and Yasugi City in Shimane-ken, or Shimane Prefecture. And then Nado is and other places like it. And then de is kind of like the te form of des. So this was this, and we're continuing the sentence with a new clause here, which is shindo gokyo deshita. So shindo, once again, that's our earthquake intensity level that the Japanese government issues, and goes from 1 to 7. This is a strong 5. So this kyo means like a stronger 5 on the stronger end of the 5s. So shindo gokyo deshita.
地震で部屋の中で転んだりして怪我をした人がいます。
Okay. 地震で, so 地震, once again, earthquake. And then de can also be by means of or due to. So due to the earthquake. 部屋の中で, so 部屋 is a room, and then this is 中. So 部屋の中, inside of your room. And then that's our location, so we use de. 転んだりして, so this is a たりする. So this is another way to say things like this happened. We take the past tense of our verb and then add りする. And then that する is now in the te form because more is going to happen in the sentence. So 部屋の中で転ぶ. So this is our verb 転ぶ, which is to trip or fall down. So they tripped or fell down, things like that. And then 怪我をした人. So 怪我をする is to become injured. And then this is in the past tense. So people who were injured. And then all of this is describing our people here. So 人 is our person. And what kind of person is this? A person or people who were injured due to falling down and the like in their rooms due to the earthquake. And then such people did what? They がいます. So they exist. Or there are people who were injured due to falling down in their rooms due to the earthquake.
松江市では3人が病院に運ばれました。
Okay. 松江市では So 松江市 is 松江 city. And then this では in 松江 city. 3人が 3 people 病院に運ばれました。So 病院 is a hospital, and に is our particle to the hospital, and 運ぶ to carry. And then this is our 運ぶ in the passive form. So 運ぶ would be to carry someone. 運ばれる is for someone to be carried. So this is 運ばれました in the past tense here. So in Matsue City, 3 people were carried to the hospital, or injured, carried to the hospital.
境港市の小学校では窓のガラスが20枚ぐらい壊れました。
境港市、境港 City の小学校では、So 小学校 is an elementary school. This no is saying where it's coming from. So in an elementary school in 境港 City, 窓のガラスが、So 窓 is a window and ガラス is glass. So the glass of windows, or glass windows, が20枚ぐらい壊れました。So 枚 is our counter for thin, flat objects, because glass panes, or glass, plates, maybe, are flat. Windows, you count those with 枚. So around 20 glass windows, and this ぐらい is our around, about, approximately. And then 壊れました. So this is 壊れる in the past tense, 壊れる to break or to be destroyed. So at an elementary school in 境港 City, around 20 windows, glass windows, broke or were destroyed.
道に石が落ちて通ることができないところもあります。
道に石が落ちて So a lot of times if you need to take a break in a sentence, you look for these te forms. So here we have a te form of a verb, 落ちる. So 落ちる is to fall. Remember, that's for something to fall off of something, not to fall down, topple over, but to fall off. And then 石が落ちる. So that's our rock is falling, or rocks are falling. And where are they falling? 道に. So に is also pointing to our place here. And 道 is on the road. So 道に石が落ちて. So rocks falling on the road. And then with that tip form, we're continuing. 通ることができない. So 通る is to pass through or to pass by. 通る or to go on a road. And then we have ことができる in the past, or the negative here. So ことができる, you can add this after a verb to say be able to do this verb, but this is in the negative, so unable to pass through or unable to go. And all of that is modifying ところ here. So ところ is locations or places. And what kind of places are we talking about? Places wherein rocks have fallen on the road and you can't pass by, or you can't go. It's blocking off the road. And then such ところ such places もあります. So あります is our exist. And a lot of times も, so you could say ところがあります, but with the flow of the article, we're adding this mo. It's like saying, oh, there were even places, or in addition to all this other stuff that happened, there were also these places that where rocks fell down and were completely blocking the roads, right? So this mo kind of just adds that emphasis. In addition to all this other stuff, this is also happening, or even this happened, that's how bad it was.
鳥取県や島根県ではその後も地震が続いています。
Okay. So, 鳥取県や島根県では So, 鳥取県 and then we have a ya instead of a to here. So this is including other places. And then this dewa is our in. So in Tottori Prefecture and Shimane Prefecture and other places like them with this ya. その後も So その後 is after that or after all this other stuff we're talking about. And then this mo is saying that happened previously, but something is still happening. So even after all of that, 地震が So 地震 once again is earthquake and が続いています. So this is 続く to continue in the teiru form. So at the point of this article, these were still continuing. The teiru form tells us when a verb is ongoing, it's still happening, right? So in Tottori Prefecture, Shimane Prefecture, and other places like that, or nearby places, the earthquakes are continuing or continued to happen, right? Even after all of this already happened. So, yep, keep your thoughts and prayers with Japan. You know, they get a lot of earthquakes, so they are pretty prepared when it comes to a lot of other countries, but as you know, you never know when or exactly how they're going to happen. So hopefully things kind of settle down there. But thank you so much for being here for today's article. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and you have not subscribed, please hit that like button and subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every weekday when we upload these Japanese videos. I'm also looking forward to having a lot more content coming out on this channel for Japanese learning. So please stick around and I hope to see you tomorrow. また明日